What's going on, y'all? Holy shit here. Today we're going to talk about Silvaria. Let's talk about her stats, what she does, what she doesn't do, her passives. Let's get into this. So she is a barbarian class. They don't really, that's probably like the worst class in my opinion. Plus 30% chance to apply 60% of their damage over 5 turns. They could probably squeeze that down to over two turns, and that would be something that could be feared a little bit. She's April Hero of the Month. I think she's related to Silvaria because she does like a Forest Familiar minion at 9% hit points and 13% attack. It's kind of weak like Telly, so what else does she do? Let's see. She's at 840 attack, 815 defense, 1613 health points. Not too bad. She's at average mana speed, so, for not being limit broken, it's respectable. So first, she does defense down before she applies her attack, which is kind of interesting. But then the attack is only 350% to one target. So even though she does the defense down first, I still think that since she only hits one target, she should at least get a bump to 400% damage because she's essentially a sniper. But still kind of cool that she does defense down. If you don't have a defense down character, she's a viable option. And then, again, she does the Force Minion for all allies for 9% hit points, 13% attacks, kind of weak. And then our Element Link gives all allies plus 10% attack for 4 turns. Effect can't be dispelled. Yeah, mediocre. And then the passive, which I always like to see a passive like this, the Forest Guardian minion, if she receives burn damage for 35 health points and 35% attack. So that's quite beefy. But what I like here is that she's paired with Frost over on the right wing there. So he essentially can end up boosting your minion up to 200%. And I don't know how they factor that because it says that character can up your minion up to 200%. Like, how do you achieve that? It's kind of like it's vague information. So it's like, do you just get lucky sometimes, or do you need 2 minions? Like, it doesn't, that's not clear with, Frost's ability. Let's see. So I noticed in the burn damage from Gravemaker is she's supposed to get a passive ability to create this minion every time she receives a burn damage. I mean, Gravemaker essentially gives burn damage over a couple of turns, so I think they should clarify it's only on the first attempt for burn damage. But the Forest Guardian first pops off at 564 health points, which is quite beefy. And then when Frost comes into play, that bumps it up to 733. So that's a lot of extra protection there. So her hit that she does is kind of weak though, so that 350% attack. She attacks Onyx and Black Knight, and that's 680 damage on Black Knight, 795 damage on Onyx. So it's kind of weak for doing defense down first. What I'd really like to see is you could really make this synergy really good if they could find a way to create a character that actually heals minions, and then whatever's left over goes onto the character itself. I'd like to see something like that. So quick fun fact, Silvaria is actually the oldest recorded birth by Social Security Administration back in 1931. So I figured I'd fill your head with some useless knowledge there. So what's the assessment? Assessment on Silvaria is 1, I don't like her name. There's really not a whole lot of meaning behind it. I do like the fact that it took that name off of Final Fantasy because that was essentially like a flame dancer. So, I guess that correlation is just something that was in my head. Honestly, though, for like offensively, I would say yeah, you could utilize her fairly well. I'd probably give her maybe like a B plus rating. Not quite A. She needs to hit a little harder, and she's barbarian class, so it's kind of like fairly weak. And then I would say defensively, kind of lackluster. I would say, probably a B minus. I would give on defense. So, you know, maybe like paired with other heroes of the month, she could be better. But standalone, I'm not too impressed. So, yeah, that's today's assessment. Hope you like today's content. We'll catch you on the next one. All right, later.